Okay, how old were you when you watched your first movie?
When I watched my very first movie?
And what movie was it?
Oh gosh, the first movie I remember watching. Oh wow, it's a tie between Coming to America,
Nice.
Annie, and oh gosh, Hollywood Shuffle. Directed and starring Robert Townsend.
Hollywood Shuffle.
Hollywood Shuffle, yeah.
So those were good movies, huh?
Yeah, the classics, man.
Dang, I never saw those.
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's fun. How old were you?
God, I don't remember. I just remember those VHSs always being in my mom and dad's house when I was little. Either we taped it off TV or somebody got like a bootleg of it for us.
Probably like 6 or 7.
Probably 5 or 6.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
A young and
Yes.
exposed
Yeah.
to great cinema.
Always. I'd have to cover my eyes on certain scenes, but I was always watching them.
Do you think being exposed to such great cinema and film at an early age has a subconscious influence on you as an adult?
Yes. Because I feel like I was introduced to a lot of the legends early on in life, and I studied them. And even when there was periods of my life where I didn't talk as a kid, I still would imitate people. Just like how I saw my icons imitating people and making jokes and making voices and stuff like that. So I feel like I was introduced to it. A lot of it wasn't appropriate at the time, but you know, it was entertainment. And I mean, I was gonna figure the stuff out anyway, what they were talking about. So I just kind of took it and ran with it and put it in my mental Rolodex and learned how to channel some character voices through them.
Some character voices.
Yeah.
Let's hear one of your favorite character voices.
One of my favorite character voices from like that somebody else has done or that I've done.
Just some that you do.
That I do?
Or can do.
Well, I I make my cats have voices.
Nice.
My mom's cat Binky, he has a distinct name. He has a post-nasal drip. And he talked like this. Yeah, what you talking about over there, girl? You know, like that. Shut up. Give me some flavor hot Cheetos in your shoulder. Oh, you like that stuff right there for real. I'm from the hood. You don't mess with me. You be a yo, yeah, yeah. You be yo, Miss Paul, yeah. So that's his. It just kind of comes naturally.
Oh, God. That was my favorite one.
Pinky.
Okay, well, your other cats? You have other cats?
I have other cats. I grew up with lots of cats. I grew up in a house with 6 cats when I was younger.
Nice.
Yeah, so they all had voices. My whole family did voices for them, so it was like natural for us to talk to them and have them talk back to us. It wasn't weird. It was just like normal for that. Yeah, so some of their voices, like Buttercup, talk like that.
Nah.
And then Smokey, who was the original Binky, he talked like this. He'd be like, Bubba, Bubba, you know.
Then Misty, she talked like this because she was the smart cat. And she figured out how to open up doors before everybody else did. So she was very intelligent.
That's awesome.
And then I had a skinny cat named Teresa Rex, who was a tortie. And she was really feisty and quick like a ninja. So I make her talk like that. She was really quick. And then Miss Kitty was the mom. She was the original. And so she had a New York accent because she was our kitty that we got in Maryland. So we had the cats in Maryland. So she talked like this a little bit. So we made it feel like she was from the East Coast. Like, oh, come on now, kids. What are you doing over there? Miss Kitty.
Aww.
And then Teacup, she would talk like this because we felt like
Teacup was...
Would you have one named Butterball?
Buttercup.
And she did one.
Oh,
yeah, that's kind of. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That one feels weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it though.
But then my mom did these, like we all did them, so it was something that I did, and it wasn't like, man, why are you doing that, Layla? It was like, you were weird if you weren't doing that, I guess. You know, like it was just natural. So people would come to our house, and we'd be having full conversations with our cats, like, oh, I don't know, and everybody's like, are we supposed to be laughing at what was happening? This
Just personifying your cats
we're
out loud.
Yeah, it's to the point now where I make my mom's cats talk to me, and she makes them talk too, and she'll crack up at stuff I say, and you know, it's just like a family thing that we just don't realize we're doing till other people are around us, and we're like, oh yeah. But one of my favorite characters was the Nutty Professor with Eddie Murphy. He played multiple
good
characters. He Mama Clump is my favorite.
That's a classic.
Because she's
too.
like, oh, sure. Oh, no, I don't need none of that magic formula over there. It ain't over there, Cletus. Cletus. Oh, Cletus. You know.
Nailed
My
it.
family used to make me say that when there's the scene where Cletus and when Cletus takes the potion and she's in the bedroom. She's like, I don't want no magic formula. This is how he makes his nose, like, I don't know, it's the way that he moves his nose to get that sound to come out through his throat. It's like, oh, I don't even know. Oh, Cletus, forget it. Never mind, Cletus, never mind.
Whoa, interesting.
Yeah, so it's like I studied that as a
I
kid.
feel that in between my ears.
Yeah. It's a manipulation. It takes a lot of work because people are like, oh, you just make voices, but your body does tune itself to do that because it's not your normal voice. You know, I don't walk around like going to work like, ooh, who you doing over there? Like I don't do that.
But you drive to work doing that.
I do.
Probably.
I do. Yes. Yeah.
Well, that's fun.
Mm-hmm.
I love doing voices. The spirit of character came to you young.
Mm-hmm. I used to, yeah.
So you understand character. You understand like
Yeah.
an actor or a comic creating a character.
Mm-hmm. And maintaining it. I would do characters to get into my sister's rooms because they shared rooms. So when I was younger, I knew that I could make them laugh. So I'd be like hanging out longer with them. I'm the youngest, so they're 7 and 8 years older than I am. So they're teenagers. Aww. And so if I could come in and make characters or whatever, they just tended to let me stay in a little longer, I think.
Yeah.
So like there was one character I made up when I was about 6 or 7, and my sister Amina was really into heavy metal music. Total rocker, and there was some rock group, I can't remember the name of it, maybe it was Cinderella, I think it's Cinderella, I don't know, but the lead singer is this rocker guy, and he has like this hair, but he has these really full lips, and they're always like, you know, they're just how his lips work. So when I was younger, I said, well, he's got lips, you know, as a kid, I was like, well, he's got some lips, and so I made a character called Lips based off of him. So I would come into their room, and I would be like, so you guys doing over there? I was like a little kid, talking like this, and they would laugh, and so I would just stay like this for like minutes upon minutes and keep the conversation going. I was a little kid doing this, and so my sister Amina loved it because she'd be like, do lips, you know, do it again, you know. So then I would do lips, and then there was a couple other ones that I would do, and then there's this one that my family has me do that I started in 7th grade, but not many people have seen it, and it's my Marilyn Monroe. It's a character based off the rock singer Marilyn Manson.
Oh, nice.
So that's something I don't show a lot of people. Only a few people have seen it. So it equates Marilyn Manson being more of a.
Will it be featured here
I
first?
don't know. I don't think anybody's ready for it.
TV.
I don't think anybody's ready for it. It's gonna be kind of weird.
Well, when you think they are, give it to them.
I will. I will. My mom knows it. My sister.
And the genius part?
I don't know what genius part.
Or just understand the nuances.
The nuances and how just from the beginning, because I've been a fan of his for years. Like when his music even first started coming out, like some of his mixtapes and stuff, and his album Camp, like, you know, songs like Bonfire, when he's like, they told me I should just quit. First of all, you talk white. And I'm like,
you related to that.
That's me. You know, like, you know, so, you know, they called him Fat Nose. My mom said, you're handsome to me. Like, just little things that he would say. You know, they work, my parents worked something.
Used to be fat?
Fat Nose.
Oh,
they used to call me Fat Nose.
Oh.
They didn't call me Fat Nose, but they called me like Sea Creature Eyes.
Yeah.
So they called him.
Nice.
Kids used to call him Fat Nose when he was younger, and his mom would say, "You're handsome to me." And you know, in junior high, I was called Sea Creature Eyes. My mom would say, "Your eyes are so beautiful. There's nothing wrong with them." So I equated that very early. I was like, "Yeah, me and Donald Glover, like, we're like brother and sister." He just doesn't realize it yet.
You guys could probably hang out.
Yeah.
Have a good time.
Yeah. He's got kids now. I'll babysit them. Donald Glover, I'll babysit your kids for you. I'm just saying.
For free, probably.
Yes.
But might ask for...
I mean, just give me waffles.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Or Fruity Pebbles.
He's got 2 kids. I think his baby mom's Italian.
Dos amigos? No, wait, that's friends.
Dos hijos.
Hijos, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, friends? Geez, he has 2 friends.
He has 2 friends.
I
that are
guess
his kids.
His kids could be his friends.
Yeah.
Donald Glover.
Trying to think anybody else who's just killing it. Jamie Foxx is really funny, and Jim Carrey, and they all got their start on Living Color,
Nice.
which I think is dope because I love the Wayans too. The Wayans, they're like the family of comedy to me. So them and the Wayans, Donald Glover, Jamie Foxx, Jim Carrey, and there's probably somebody else I just can't remember. But they're very good at character acting. Like they can do different characters. Of course, Robin Williams, rest in peace, man. They can capture a whole different character and make you care about that character. And it's not just putting on makeup and a funny mustache. It's
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Leonardo DiCaprio, that's who it is. Yes,
Yeah.
he can play a lot of different characters too. He was great. He's great in everything he does. He wakes up and eats cereal great, I'm sure.
I know you always talk about him before.
Mm-hmm.
He is awesome ever since he
He's
was
talented.
as a kid. You
Yeah.
know?
And the thing is, what I love about that is that he was told no so many times as a kid. There was a story where he said he was in a casting as a kid and they went by him and they ignored him, he said. He said, okay, they don't want me for this one, but I'm not going to stop. Like, they basically, like, picked out a whole bunch of kids that weren't him in line, and they're like, you, and you. He was just kind of left there, like...
Aww.
And I feel that, too. I've been in auditions where that kind of stuff has happened. I mean, it's part of the business, but still, it kind of, like, makes you... It motivates you to be like, oh, you didn't pick me? Oh, well, somebody else will, you know?
That's cool. You always had the strength to get up and go at it again.
Mm-hmm. Constantly. No choice.
So, in what ways do these inspirations of yours? How do they influence your current work?
Well, I would say... Oh, I forgot John Leguizamo.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, John Leguizamo. Yeah, he's up there with the Amazings. And I just made that up. Yeah. People are gonna write me. That's not a word. Amazings is not a word. Grammar. Amazings. The Amazing People. John Leguizamo's up there. But yeah, he inspires me a lot because he did one-man shows. He does one-man shows. I do one-woman shows. And he can act like different characters from his life. And he uses it as a form of therapy to get past things like issues he had with his father, issues he's had with relationships, you know, many other things that he connects with his work. So I really relate to him a lot.
John Leguizamo.
Leguizamo.
Nice.
Leguizamo. Mr. Leguizamo.
What does your future look like as far as publishing your next Halo Arts project?
The next Halo
What
Arts
are your
project.
plans? What are Halo Arts plans?
The plans for Halo Arts? Okay,
Being
so...
tossed around the office.
Yeah, I have my lovely intern back there. Hi, girl. Hi, Denise. She does a great job. Her cat hair's flying everywhere. She arranged this whole setup, so thank you. She arranged for the donuts, too. Thanks, girl. Thanks, cat. You're welcome, girl.
This is also